This is the Porsche Macan 4, and as it sits on the Graz Motor Show floor, it costs six figures. Not a Cayenne, not a turbo. The entry-level all-wheel drive electric Porsche option past 100,000 euros. Whether that figure makes you flinch or makes sense is the entire argument this walkaround is about to settle. By the end of this, you will know whether this car earns that number or whether the options list got away from someone. The exterior earns its presence without trying too hard. The split LED headlights give the face attention the old Macan never had, and the bonnet line drops low enough that the proportions read closer to a sports car than a crossover from 20 meters away. Frameless doors are a detail Porsche could have skipped at this price point and chose not to. In deep black metallic, the 21-inch Macan design wheels fill the arches without looking oversized, and the full-width rear light bar ties the shoulders together in a way that makes the car look wider than it measures. The side blades along the lower doors are more sculpted on this generation than the last. Whether you read them as a Porsche signature or a styling decision that will age is a question the used market will answer in 5 years. What matters now is that this car stops people at the show floor, and it does. 21 minutes from 10 to 80% on a fast charger is the number that changes the ownership conversation entirely, and that figure is coming up. The interior is where this car starts to justify the price board. The curved digital display wraps from the instrument cluster through to the central touchscreen in a single arc, and the resolution is sharp enough that you stop comparing it to a screen and start using it as a dashboard. The layout borrows from the Taycan without copying it. It feels like a Porsche cockpit designed for this car specifically, not adapted from something above it. The front cabin puts you in 14-way electrically adjustable comfort seats with ventilation. They hold you well enough through a corner but soften over a long motorway stretch in a way that sports seats rarely manage. The leather package in black is well matched. Stitching is tight. The heated steering wheel is the correct diameter, and the Bose Surround system is one of the better factory audio setups in this segment. I was not expecting to notice it. I noticed it. Think about the last time you sat in the back of a compact SUV and your knees hit the seat in front. The Macan 4 does not entirely solve that problem. If you are over 185 centimeters tall, the rear bench is adequate, not generous, adequate. Headroom is tighter than the BMW iX1 offers at a lower price, and that is the honest limitation of this car's footprint. For 2 children or shorter adults, it works. For 3 adults across the back on a long trip, it does not. 540 liters of boot space, around 19.1 cubic feet. The load floor is flat, the opening is wide, and the 40-20-40 split rear bench folds without a fight. The 84-liter frunk under the bonnet holds charging cables or a small bag. Several of you have asked about cable storage in electric cars on previous videos. Porsche solved it. That is a small detail, and it earns disproportionate trust. 650 Newton-meters of torque from 0 RPM. The car does not build to that figure, it starts there. 387 horsepower through both axles, reaches 100 km per hour in 5.2 seconds, around 4.9 seconds to 60 miles per hour. That is not sports car fast. It is fast enough that you stop thinking about whether an electric SUV can be quick and start thinking about what else it can do. The 100 kilowatt-hour battery delivers up to 613 kilometers on the WLTP cycle, around 381 miles, though the 21-inch wheels on this car will bring the real-world figure closer to 500. Plug into a fast charger and you are from 10 to 80% in 21 minutes. A coffee stop adds over 300 kilometers of usable range. The charging disappears into the routine, which is the only outcome that makes an electric Porsche viable as a daily car rather than a statement. Whether you forgive the tight rear bench and the six-figure options total is your decision, not mine. 103,673 euros, as shown here on the Graz floor. The Audi Q6 e-tron shares the same 800-volt platform, offers comparable range, and starts roughly 20,000 euros lower in Austria. That gap buys a Porsche badge, a sharper chassis, frameless doors, and an interior that feels like it was finished by someone who cared about the last 5%. What it does not buy is more rear legroom, a bigger boot, or a longer warranty. This is the first electric Porsche SUV I have spent time with, where the ownership argument does not depend on the badge. It depends on whether you feel the difference in the first 5 minutes and whether that feeling is worth 20,000 euros to you. For me, it was closer than I expected. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one, And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.